Welcome to NeverLossTrading and our market outlook for January 23, 2014. Take a look at our disclaimer. There's a risk in trading, that's what it is, but we want to try to trade where the risk is the lowest. Here, let us have a look at the overall market and how we judge what's going on. At the moment, we remain to be in a purple zone. We are in there since a good while. So purple zone basically started here and remained after yesterday's closing, where we didn't move much in comparison to the prior days. How did we come to that purple color? So we have upside moves characterized in blue and downside moves characterized in red, and when red and blue mixes, we have a zone of ambiguity where the key market forces, institutions, work out the new market direction, and we don't want to get caught in the middle. Hence, we are looking with our scanners for where are exceptional market moves, so that means special interest in individual symbols or products, and also we are trying to rather trade intraday and close positions at the end of the day to not get caught in a big overnight move, and within that eliminating that part of the risk. At the end of the day, the best market strategy is to fish where the fish are, and we've seen yesterday a good move in the Australian dollar, which is also supported by our indicators. So you saw the Australian dollar again coming out of a purple zone, making a down move, then it found support, and here we already have our pre-warning signals, those pink signals. There's a turn, a potential turn coming. And yesterday at the closing of the day we got an HF buy signal to the upside when that high is taken out, and we would even go that far when these top resistance is taken out. So that's what you all see on the chart, and that little candle is where we are right now with the market moving forward. So we haven't broken that upside yet, so no need to go long, but intraday moves on the 6A here, the future, or everything related to the Australian dollars might be a good place to look at to find opportunities, because as said, we want to fish where the fish are, and as move in the Australian dollar on the intraday range or even on a multi-day range when that high is taken out, because what we want to prevent is that we get in here in that zone a movement to the upside where basically the price bounces and then comes back again and testing the low. So therefore we want to be sure that that barrier here is broke. When that is broke, so then we are pretty certain so that we can land here or here. You already see our top resistance lines painted on the chart, so that would allow us for wonderful trades for a couple of longer holds, 1 to 5 days, or the intraday trades while you have individual movements to the up or the downside. Looking at the stock where we see interesting market moves identified by our scanner, we come up with Netflix. So Netflix came down, tested the low again, and now we get signals already here. First potential turning signal even confirmed. Then here we have a couple of our signals agreeing that we might go to the upside, and we see here that new indicator that we developed, the price breakout zone. That's our hindrance. So we want to see Netflix going through 347.89, and when that price is surpassed, we have a nice move to the upside. If that's not surpassed, we are rather holding back, because then we might end up getting caught here in a potential turnaround, because that's where institutions in the past had their sell orders, and so this is why this price level could not be surpassed, but we want to see it being surpassed. Then the computers will click in and will drive the price most likely up here, and we want to be part of this. So therefore, take a look at Netflix above 347.89, put that on your watch list. Alrighty. Another stock to look at is Nobel Corporation, out of the field of oil and gas. And when we are looking, it did exactly what we described in the Netflix case. It surpassed its price threshold in this new indicator in the price breakout zone. So it's breaking the zone, and within that has a good upside movement. The yellow line is what we call the Mo line, so our computer-oriented target sits right on top of it. So we are trading in the Netflix case on the short term, if we take on the trade, for about a SPOO of 71 cents, which reflects in a return on cash of 2%, a return on margin on 4%, or if you trade the option, we usually go for a 30% return if that can be given in this one. But we'll have to watch out. There is a little conference, and on those conference things can change, and we want to be certain that we are not on the wrong side of the trade. So therefore cautious with this one, because these little conference can throw the stock over to either drive it up or move it to the downside. To understand how our system works, a couple of explanations to trades that actually were successful and happened. So you see here, there was that sell possibility when the price came down here, so that means when that threshold was surpassed, which was here. So if we took that trade and traded it to the downside, we had our goal set here. It's a little hard to see by that zone, but that was fulfilled. And also here we had a move to the upside propagated, and this little dot here on the chart, that was the goal, and that was surpassed. So even in the last couple of days with our indicators, we had a couple of good trades to be made in that stock. So therefore that's how our system works. Threshold surpassed. When the threshold surpassed, there's some opportunities either here to the upside, or as you saw here, to the downside, that we can take. And our scanners find those daily, and they're daily portrayed on the chart if you use it. Those green signals and the pink signals are part of our HF program. Red and blue signals are part of the top line program. You might say, yeah, but this didn't come through, but knowing that there was the resistance, yeah, so it says price threshold above 36.05, but here we would have taken this one. And so that's exactly the distance we would have traded for. But again, purple zone, so careful. And the trade didn't come and surpass that resistance point, so therefore we didn't go on it, because then the computers of the institutions didn't initiate any purchase orders, because the top resistance could not be surpassed. To be part of our high probability trade setups, either call us at 866-455-4520 or write us an email to contact@NeverLossTrading with the best time where we can reach you and we can jointly go live and give you a demonstration. But we rather do it outside the main market hours if that's possible. Alrighty, then wish you good trading, and consider what's going on in the markets. Ambiguity is prone, so fish where the fish are. Take the good opportunities and close positions at the end of the day rather than taking a long-term hold. Good trading. Bye-bye.